even simple question, right? What form should I use to close a deal? The upline will come in and say that, oh, you know this, right? In order for me to help you, I need to get a cut from you. You know, probably we need to split the commission. To me, if you have that kind of mentality, right, why are you even in this team building thing? Welcome to the 4th episode of Herbo Move Podcast. In this episode, we have Maine Soh with us. Maine is a very experienced realtor. She has been in the industry for 16 years, starting from a real estate salesperson and rising up to be the project IC of many mega launches. Welcome, Maine.
Thank you for inviting me today.
Yay! I'm very curious because you look very young. What brings you to the real estate industry in the first place?
Not very young anymore. Okay. To begin with is because I started off in the poly as a property development, facility management. Then of course I raised up in the real estate degree as well. What really drive me into this real estate industry is because like there was a point whereby I went for a career seminar during the poly stage. So one of this booth related to real estate industry happened to be something that is related to real estate, right? Okay. So they came up to me and said that their speech is very simple. Do you know who is the top 10 richest people in Singapore?
Okay.
Yeah. So of course I couldn't get the answer, right? Yeah. So he showed me a board and said that these are the 10 top richest people in Singapore. And out of these 10, what are the trade they are in?
Okay.
And they are all in real estate. Yeah. And of course, back then my result wasn't that good. So real estate course is one of the courses that they say, as long as there's a building, you are assured to have a job. Yeah, so that's how I really jumped into real estate. And fortunately, because of that, I really do very well from poly, and then I raised up myself to a degree in real estate.
Yeah. I remember that in order from a diploma from poly to a degree in university, you need to be the top 5% in order to So you are actually a very studious student. Is it like that since young?
No, it was not. I think I was quite bad. That's why when I chose this real estate course, it was because I failed my English. It was D7 at that point. Okay. And then I refused to retake. Okay. And this is the best possible choice that I can choose for real estate.
I see. Yeah. Okay. So that time you were sharing with me when you were young, right? Something actually happened to you. Can I say that is like your first life-changing moment when you were young because of a principal in your primary school?
Yeah. So because I was in a low-income family back then it was quite interesting in terms of like you managed to meet some like 贵人 in life, and that person is actually my principal. He's called Mr. Wee. He is, I have to say, he's really my 贵人because he's probably my life, the first man in my life that really see potential in terms of leadership in me. Okay. So back then I was like the leader of the naughtiest kid in school. Okay. Yeah. So that's why so he is very smart. This Mr. Wee, this principal is very, very smart. He put me in like a night class. Okay. Back then in primary school, where would you heard of a night class? Correct. So he purposely create this night class so that there's two intentions. The first intention, of course, is to make sure that I will go to school or at least I stay back in school and teach. Right, so that I will not mix with the wrong people and then lead me to a wrong directions. Then the second intention is, of course, free teacher lah. But he made me into a small teacher in class. And then what happened was all the naughtiest kid in school has no choice but to come for my class.
Because you are the 大姐大, right? They listen to you.
Yeah, and they don't dare not to complete the homework also. So it's like when I say come, you have to come. When I say finish, you have to finish. And I say cannot go back home, they also cannot go back home. So it's like eventually we managed to do very well in school also. Yeah, so I was in the last class in primary 5, but I go into the second top class in school within that year just because of his actions only. So I have to say he's really my 贵人 in life. And because of that, the teaching, training, everything all comes from him. As in like this path is like fixed because of him.
Okay. Actually also to share, I mean this story is very inspiring because even for myself, right, your first so-called 转捩点 in life, right, was when you were in P5, is it?
Yes.
Okay, for me, slightly later, I was when I was 15 years old, so I was in Sec 3. So how the story goes is that when I was in Sec 2, my result were not very good. And especially my math. Wow, my math result is really cannot. So my form teacher that year is actually my math teacher. So every test, and it is really every test. Every math test, right, I fail my test. I just don't know why I can't do math that year. And then plus, because my form teacher is my math teacher, right? So I think he really don't like me because, my result was really no good. So he actually set the paper. He was the one who set the questions for the final year, the year-end exam. And it was very, very difficult that the whole standard, all of the Sec 2, a lot of people failed. So the principal came out and said that, okay, everybody will give them extra 7 marks.
Oh.
And I still got 49. I still remember. I still feel I still get only 49. So it's like, oh, okay, feel lah. So I was being posted to Sec 3, one of the last class. So it was an I class. So back then during our era, A is the best class. So I'm all the way to I. So I also don't know what happened that year when I was 15. I just tell myself, no, I must wake up already. So math is my weaker subject, right? English is also my weaker subject. So I still remember every day after school, right? The textbook, I would take out every single question I would do. I really practice. And then for my English, right, I really take the Straits Times. I read. And then this grammar or this vocab, I don't know. The next day I will go to school and I will really pester my teacher and ask, I think until my teacher cannot stand me. But it was this kind of hard work that led to Sec 3. I was the top in my class, Sec 3. And Sec 4, I was the top in my school. Wow. Can you imagine? I actually top in the school. That I heard that the principal even asked, how come this girl is in I class when she can top the school? So to me, is also my 人生的第一个转捩点.
Yeah, it's like 开窍, right?
Yeah, 开窍. Yeah, so that's why. And actually, after so many years later, right, as you and me, we think back of our life, right, whatever that happened during that period, there is a reason. It's just like everything happened for a good reason. Every setback that we have in life, right, is a setup for future success. As I look through whether it's my secondary school result or whether it's what happened, what challenges I have in life, right, in time to come, you will see that there's a reason. Like, my school result is actually a story that I keep telling my children because my kids, they're also very bad in math. So I share with them the story. I always tell them, hey, I'm not trying to show off or what, but I'm telling to you that this can happen because it has happened to me. Yeah, so yeah,
it's the same type of story that I share with my kids, but I don't think he get it. Yeah?
Hey, he's still very young leh.
But I think in terms of academic, it's really 2 things only. And in fact, it's also the same when we are working. It's only 2 things that will help you improve in your academic. That's one is revisions. The other one is just practice. Yeah. So of course, these 2 combined is called hard work. Right?
Correct.
So it's the same thing in our trade, it's all about hard work. You want to do well, you just have to make sure you go and learn all the skills, right? And then you practice. We have so many trainings. Sometimes you go for training, but you don't put into practice.
Correct.
Then there's nothing. So it's all about hard works that we are talking about in order to be successful, not only in their schoolworks, but it's also in life. Yeah, I've been sharing this with my son. I hope he will look at this podcast and
we will edit. I will edit this portion for you to show him.
Yeah, make sure.
Okay. So actually now I understand because of what happened in primary school, right? That your principal asking you to be like the teacher for the young kids. That also so-called ignite your interest in teaching. Because now when I look at you, right, everybody knows that you have a passion for teaching. So you actually took your, what's that called? Last time was ACTA, now it's
ACLP.
ACLP, yeah. So you took this ACLP cert and you are a certified trainer. So you do training for RES revision?
Yes.
Yeah, so I think a lot of people who are watching now will be very familiar with you because you do RES training. And you are also the RES exam revision trainer for Hattons and for Navis. Yes, yeah, and to be honest, I send some people, those who are taking the exam to the revision class, they really say that your revision class is very good. Not because today you are here, but really that was their feedback.
Okay,
and honestly
very nice
speaking,
to hear that.
Sometimes, right, there are certain questions that is very complicated. And I ask a lot of people, they cannot explain to me. But when it comes to you, you are able to lay them like very easily for me, for people to understand.
Okay.
So I feel that as a trainer, right, you must have the passion, you must also have the talent. So I think that is one of your strengths when it comes to team building. Do you do people join you because of your training and your sharing? What do you think?
People join me. Of course, I attract people who are like-minded, and of course, there are a lot of training out there in terms of whether it's in Huttons or in any other agency. But the thing is, I think they are attracted to me because we are really like a sharing mentor. Okay, we don't charge people because we love to share, right? So I think this sharing part, I always like this tagline whereby we share, we learn, and then we grow together.
Yeah,
I will not say that I know everything, but we really learn together, even if I do not know a certain thing. Because like I say, I may not know all trades, right? We may be very strong in a certain industry, but may not be very strong in any other industry.
Yeah.
And there are still a lot of questions out there. There will be new rules, new cooling measures, and etc. that we may not know. It just pop up every now and then, right? So the key thing is we are willing to go out and then look for the answers. And then from all the sharings, we learn together.
Yes.
Yeah, and eventually we grow together from here.
And I agree. And I always say that we don't only learn from people who are more experienced. For me, I learn a lot also from the new agents who join the industry because they bring with them a different set of thinking. Because I always feel that we are like so many years in the industry. Sometimes our mind is set like, okay, this is the way of doing. But sometimes when you talk to the new people, they will give you another idea, another thought, like how this can be done. And it's actually very enlightening. Plus, probably they come from other industry. So the way they look at things is also very different. So I agree with you. I really is like, as a team, we share. And for example, I know you are very strong in new launch. That's why I always ask you about question on new launch. And for people who are very good in commercial, we ask them about commercial. You started your own team in 2022.
Yes.
So after 13 years in the industry, then you start to do team building. That is like after many years of doing sales, really. And then project IC for many projects. Then you start to do team building. What inspired you to take up this new role?
Actually, team building is to me, if you do team building, then you drop your sales.
Okay.
Right. So it has never crossed my mind that we have to drop sales. It's not easy. Never an easy task to really start with the team building. But it so happened that when I attended this team building mastery course.
Yes, I attended too.
Yeah, we were in the same batch. Yeah. So what happened was the Navis leaders shared all their journeys in terms of like how they achieve being as a leader now, right? So, and especially for Stuart, our leaders, he is very inspiring. And it's like similar mindset of like sharings, and through his sharings, people learn, right? And then they also become like us, become better in their life. And because of that, I think it's something that I like. Yeah. So then that was after that mastery class. I decided I should come in. Yeah. And then I can actually contribute a lot more. Like as a trainer for Navis as well. So that's the reason why I step up. And it was also that year that I decided that I should go in and become even better. Not just, and anyone can be a trainer. They just have to prepare their slides and be a trainer. So that's also the year that I started to take up the ACLP course to be kind of like professional trainer in this case.
Okay, because that is your passion, to be honest. I mean, to train, that is your passion. Actually, for me, is also not very different because it's all through our life experiences. That's why we are where we are. So for me, it's more like, some of them might already be very familiar because I came in when in 2002 when I was still single. So throughout my 20 over years, right, I have one kid, then second kid. And one of the things that impacted me the most was when my kids were growing up. I actually spent a lot of time with them. But I look at my peers, my friends who are around the same age as me, who are working for other people. They always have this mom guilt. It's like, you go to work early in the morning, then you work for other people, you come back, it's already night. Then you barely spend any time with your kids. Then the next day, you start work again. So that's why through my own journey, I feel that this career is actually very suitable for working mothers. Whether it's working mothers or, stay-at-home mom where kids have already grown up. Or even now, I feel right, at my age, I look at people who has been in the corporate world for very long, and they think that, hey, it's time for me to do something different for myself. This is also a career that will give them the kind of flexibility that they want. So to me, that is my inspiration for team building. So for you, your team building is more like stem from your interest in teaching and sharing.
Yes, correct. It's like people, the associate that that they came to us, right? It's really like your kids. You want to make sure that they are earning money. Even 1 month that they are not earning money, you feel stressed for them, right? Because they kind of like trust you in a way, right? So you want to make sure that they are earning money. If not, how do they survive? It's really not like employee job per se now.
Yeah, do you find it difficult as a team leader?
I have to say yes. Yeah, because like what I have mentioned earlier, in order for you to be a team leader, you have to make sure they eat first.
Yeah.
Right? So to ensure that they are able to earn money, you have to upkeep them with all the skills, training and stuff like that. So it's not easy as a team leader, in this case lah.
Okay, so to you, right, what are some of the challenges you face building the team?
Okay, so of course, back to the question first. Yeah, it's not easy to be a team leader, but it also depends on whether the people who is following you, are they hungry or not?
Yes, actually I agree. But whether they're hungry or not, depending on their priorities in life at that moment,
Correct.
I feel.
Yeah. If you are dealing with someone who are so rich in terms of family, they have their own family background and stuff like, do you think they will fight and then it's like they are not hungry for that meal.
Yeah.
For us who are in this trade whereby one day we are not earning money, we are worried how our expenses going to be covered. Right? So so that's why we are very driven in this manner.
So I mean I agree, because I always say that when people join us, right, we can be the kind of leader who really push. But then do they want to be pushed or not?
Correct.
Because a lot of times they join us, maybe their priority at that point of time is not work. Yeah. So in this case, technically you can't push them because nothing to be pushed because their priority is not work.
Correct.
But for those who come in, this is really their full-time job. You know, they need to put food on the table. Yeah, then this group of people will be hungry.
Correct.
And when a person is hungry, right, I always say you don't really need to teach them a lot. Yeah, they will be resourceful enough to find out where are the answers.
Correct.
Which
I think they're driven enough to do that.
For me, right, one of the biggest challenges is the mindset of an agent, I feel. Yeah, because a lot of time when we we sit down with new agent looking to join us, right? Especially for new agent, they come from a corporate background. They work for other people. But actually, as a real estate agent, it's very different. When you come in, nobody tell you what to do. Because this is really like your own business. You decide what you want to do. But it's very difficult to change the mindset of an employee. It will take time.
Yes,
Yeah.
I agree with that. Yeah.
Yes.
Especially the one that came in. I mean, I believe there are some agency out there would promise you can earn 5 digit every month.
Yes.
Especially for those employees who are already earning 5 digit in their current job, right?
Yes.
They left their industry. They really hope that coming into this real estate industry, they will continue to get the 5 digit. To be honest, for seasoned agent, 5 digit, is it difficult? Honestly, it's not that difficult.
Yes.
Because we have words of mouth, we have client, we have already built our client profile for the longest time. So today, even if we are not doing prospecting, we do have client that is already a whole list of clients behind us, right? But to newcomer, right, it's a lot of hard work. If I say you door knock every day, yeah, you can. Yeah.
But very soon.
Yes.
Not is
So end day is hard work.
Yeah,
How
correct.
much time you are willing to put in? If we talk about like closing sales, right? If you are working in like employee jobs, 8 to 5, same thing, you put that kind of time to real estate, 8 to 5, you just focus on doing sales, doing prospecting. I'm sure you can earn something.
When we are employed, right, we are supposed to be like 8 to 5. But when we become self-employed, we become lazy.
Correct.
Not disciplined.
Yeah, so it's not easy that you want the highest amount of income with the least amount of effort. Yeah, so you can when you are a seasoned agent like us already.
Yes.
It's not that, to be honest, even for me, right, when I step into this real estate, I cannot think of a like specific day that I have off. It's like almost Monday to Sunday we are working. Sometimes even for public holiday we are working, right? So we are our own boss.
Correct.
right? So it's I would say I never really promised like other people is going to be like, oh, you will have super relaxed life and you have 5 digit. Unless you are a team leader. That will be different.
No, team leader also a lot of things to do.
Yeah, but team leader will also have to work.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
But at least you will reach a stage whereby you don't have to fight sales every single day.
Yes.
Yeah. So for new agents out there, they cannot expect that, oh, I don't need to work. Deals will just drop from the sky.
Correct.
I think this is not a right mindset to begin with.
Yes.
Yeah, to me.
Yeah, that's correct. And also just now, I think I was also saying about resourceful. To me, is very important. Like just how we mentioned, right? Once you come into the industry, right, you must, because this is your own business, you must be resourceful enough to find out to find the solution from wherever it can be. Because your upline cannot be there forever.
Oh, that's right.
Right, correct. Yeah. So it's like whenever there is a question, you need to solve a problem. How are you going to solve that problem? To be resourceful, to me, that's very important. So another thing about mindset is also, I always tell, my teammates is that, to me, 随机应变 is very important. I always stress this 4 word 随机应变 because I find that there are 101 situations that can happen out there. You cannot be every time something happen, then you say, hey, Vivian never tell me this thing. You know what I mean? It's like a lot of things to me, I always say, I think I said this in one of the episodes, to me, a lot of things is 理所当然. But there are so many things that is happening. We also cannot tell you every solution to every possible scenario that can happen. So to me, I always say 随机应变.
Correct. It's just like I'm a trainer in SEAA, right? Or as well as in Hutton's as a RES trainer. In the exam, right, when there's a question that came out, you cannot say Maine never teach, okay?
Correct.
Right? Yeah, it's really like that. Yeah. So there are many answers out there. Policies are always changing as well. So as much as possible, we'll try to provide the answer as timely as possible. But then again, as a salesperson, you must know where to source the answer. Whether is it in the URA website, HDB website, or any other website. Yeah, they must know how to get the answer.
Correct.
It's just like when you are hungry, you know where to get food.
Yes,
you get what I mean? Yeah. So it's I delay the process of starting a team building. It's also because I feel that there isn't any like a great platform until I'm with Navis, whereby like, we have various chats.
Correct, yes,
whereby like whether you want to ask about projects, whether you want to ask about any other commercial, etc. All the chats and in fact all the leaders in there will be able to answer you.
Yes.
So there isn't a point that you have to wait for me to answer. Yeah, sometimes the like HDB professional, they are dealing with so many HDB deals.
Correct.
They might be the best person to answer you instead of me.
Yeah.
Right?
Actually, recently, I'm also thinking about this question. It's like, actually, I find that to be at where we are doing team building, it is much easier because Navis already have all the system set up. Because as a team builder right now, building my own team, right? If I have to set up system, SOP, chat groups, with different, for the different segment of the market, it's very tedious. But actually right now, we as team builders, we are actually riding on Navis platform to do things. So it's much easier as compared to last time. Yeah. So that is something that I am also very thankful to.
Correct.
Okay, so back to the mindset, right? Actually, I also want to add one more thing. I don't know whether you agree that one of the things that a real estate agent must dare to do is you must dare to spend money to earn money. Do you agree?
I have to say, of course, there are many other ways to start off. Like for example, newcomer, they may not have confidence whether like after I spend so much money, would I earn, right? Especially they may not be assured that this is the first month that I'm out of my employee life.
Yes.
Imagine someone who is like getting 10,000 or even more from their employee life. Well, the moment they step into real estate, there isn't any such fixed income. Then they may not be able to survive. So they will not want to go for like spending in order to get more, right? So there are a lot of prospecting method that is like zero cost. For example, door knocking. I mean, for us, even for me, I start off with door knocking.
Yes.
I really diligently go and door knock the house.
I also did that before.
So I started off with HDB as well. Door knock. And then eventually I have an award that is like top in HDB resales. That was the point. Because you just door knock every day. There will be day that I do door knocking. Then when it's like raining day or etc., then I decided that okay, I'll do telemarketing. So it's like every night I'm there doing something.
Yeah.
Right? So these few things are zero cost. And leads you to a lot of income also. Then from there, of course, the income that you take in, then you decided, okay, you must spend a little bit. Even for my associate, they start off with like, Property Guru is expensive.
Yes.
Right? If you want to set up an account, etc., you need to spend a lot of money. I say, okay, you put under me first. But eventually, I will still encourage you, go and take a minimum small, the cheapest basic package that you can find in Property Guru, because one leads itself can lead you to many leads also, right? So you have one listing, then after that, for example, this particular buyer may not like this listing, but you can serve it.
Correct.
You can serve this buyer for any other things. So it's true, I would agree, if you spend money, you can get more. Yeah, but there are people, if let's say they decide, I cannot go and spend money, then okay. Then you go for those zero cost leads instead.
So actually we always say, right, when it comes to prospecting, right, it's either you 花钱, 不然你就是出力. Right?
Yes.
You see, so if you don't want to spend money, then you have to put in the effort to go and do hyping, door knock.
Correct.
But the thing is that after you have like sort of like make some money in real estate, to me it's important that you are willing to spend as well. Some of the things that I heard on the ground is that, right, some agents, they can tell me, hey, this agent, like, he's a $1 million agent. He earned like $1 million in commission. Then after that, example, this guy did some sharing and he said, I spent probably like 200,000-300,000 on marketing expenses. It's fair, right? 200,000-300,000, you earn 1 million. Then so some of the agent will say, okay, if I earn 1 million, I also don't mind spending 200,000-300,000 in as marketing expenses. But the difference is, this guy, he spent the money without knowing that he is able to earn the 1 million.
Correct.
You know what I mean? So that is the difference. That brings me to a story that I saw recently. I don't know whether you saw this on TikTok or whatsoever. So they are actually saying they are talking about fishermen. So they say fishermen, every day they go out to the sea to fish, right? They also don't know where are the fishes, but they choose to go out. Why? Because they believe that they are able to catch the fish. So the same goes for our real estate industry. You must first believe. When you believe, then that you will take action. So in Chinese they say, 选择了才有机会，相信了才有可能. So I think it's also applicable in our industry. Another challenge personally I find is handling the different characters in the team. Do you find it difficult?
As much as possible, I try to attract the like-minded. So I mean, like sometimes you meet people before they really join you, right? So you give them a choice also. I mean, we meet and then we talk about it, and then you see whether we are able to meet each other expectations. It's not that I'm very super choosy, but I think having like-minded people within the team will actually boost the team also. Yeah. So, but of course, in terms of different characters, because they came from different trait of life, right? So I think, yes, it's difficult to actually deal with different people. But I think the key thing for me would be respect. So we respect each other's views, because argument only happens when there's a difference in terms of expectations.
Yes.
Yeah. So I think the good thing about the associate that is with me, they know what I can provide for them. And from there, the expectations is set off so that we will not have arguments and I mean difference in terms of opinion. Yeah.
Yeah, actually sometimes I feel as I start to do more recruitment, right, I feel that sometimes it's also healthy to have different character in the team.
Correct.
Yeah, because if everybody is the same, let's say everybody is very easygoing, very comfortable, then nobody push another person.
Correct.
But if somebody who is like very different, like very driven, very direct come in, it's sort of like change the 磁场, change the 磁场 a bit. Then it will also push everybody out of their comfort zone, I feel.
Yeah, correct. That's why the respect part must come in also,
correct,
because when someone that is very pushy and someone that is very laid back, these two can meet each other, they will be very frustrated with each other, right? Yeah, but as long as they understand each other differences and eventually understand that I push you because the objective is for you to earn more money. I do try to pair associate together.
Okay.
Yeah. So it so happened that it's really like that. One is very driven. The other one is not so.
I try to think who is the driven one.
It's not. It's not very laid back. It's just that she may have more things to do.
Okay.
Right. That means she's more occupied with other things. Yes. Then both of them cannot work together during the initial starts. So during the initial start, when I pair them up, right, every morning, Maine, breakfast. Instead of me calling for meeting, breakfast. Okay, I know got problem already. So I was working with my working partner as well, right? So I will always share. For two people to work together, it's never easy to work together.
Yes.
Same thing for us leading a team. It's never easy to deal with so many people expecting so many things from us also. But the key thing is they must understand. And of course, respect each other differences. And if, like for example, the one that is very pushy will eventually lead that person to work more. Yes. But I always share with the one that is more pushy. I say, you must look at the good points of the other person. The other person managed to help you take over your weaknesses. Like for example, you are weak with documentation. You are weak with like following up. You are weak with like, some admin stuff like putting up listing in Property Guru. You hate all those things, right? You don't want to submit case, right? But you are very good in calling sales.
Yeah,
you get whoever that you talk to, that person will let you sell their house. Right? So the strength and weakness become
complement each other.
Yeah, it really complement each other, and they do very well. I have to say, after a few months, once they are able to understand each other's differences and they kind of blend together, I think they are doing even better than what I expect them.
Okay. Okay. During our discussion earlier on, right, you also share with me one of your challenge when it comes to recruiting is, what can you offer that other people cannot offer?
Correct. Yeah. I mean, I'm just a small team at the moment, right? As of now, I was like thinking about this question quite a lot also. Okay. But I think eventually, as a trainer, I would say that it's really the heart in sharing. There are many training outside. Of course, there are trainings that you need to pay. But for me as a team leader, I'm always there. Right? You have questions. I will not say that I'm going to get a cut out of your leads, or like you earn a certain amount. I want to take 50-50 from you because you are still new and stuff like that. I think a sharing culture is what I want to have in my team. So I also hope that whatever that I share, then that person will also continue with the same sharing system with the rest. Okay.
Recently, I've also been speaking to some agents who are actually from other agencies. I don't know whether I should be surprised or not surprised to hear that, because I asked them what is the reason they want to switch out from their existing company and their team. So they were sharing with me that they are relatively new. So they say that whenever they ask a question, even simple question, right, what form should I use to close a deal? The upline will come in and say that, this, right, in order for me to help you, I need to get a cut from you. Probably we need to split the commission. So these people, these agents, they are actually very new. So, one deal to them might be their only deal already.
Correct.
So they are a bit taken aback. Actually, when they share with me, I was also a bit taken aback, to be honest. Although I'm in the industry for very long, I feel that today, as somebody who is coming into team building, who is doing mentoring, right, isn't it your job to share this information with your downlines, right? Even, for example, when they have their new lead, we go with them, first time to go and meet the client. We also don't say that, hey, this one I go down with you, take up like 2 hours of my time, I need to split with you. To me, if you have that kind of mentality, right, why are you even in this team building thing?
Correct.
So to me, right, when you ask me, when you raise that question, is what can I have to offer that others can't, right? To me, sometimes we don't look at a very big thing. Of course, when it comes to a very big team, it's a different kind of thing. But for us, right, the number one thing is the heart. Do you have the heart to even want to share with your team? To me, if you have, right, that is a very good starting point already.
Correct. I think your story is very true, because I do have like people that I co-broke with. Then they do not even know what type of like letter of intent that they have to come out with, or OTP that they have to come out with. Then Then of course we will ask them, you ask our upline lah. Then my upline do not know. Wow. Then so that because of this sentence, right, and it's not just one. I think I faced quite a few already because there are some new RES that just passed and then they are trying to close a deal. So that's why after that, right, in my RES class, right, I also teach the form. Then I say, if you go out there, you pass your exam, next time if I happen to co-broke with you, right, then I ask you, who is the trainer, right? You don't say my name. If you do not know the form, because I really spend time going through the form and making sure that you know how to fill out the form and understand the whole form. Yeah, so I think it's not just it's really not just the RES trainer that is like teaching you all the form because that is meant for your exam. It's I think it's very basic questions in terms of like what the associate want from the from the mentor only. Like at least where to get the form. Right? I think filling out the form is not that difficult. It's just a little, it's like closing deal is already at the closing stage already. So I was really quite surprised with your sharing that people are like trying to get a cut out of
I am also
form
very surprised.
filling.
To me, I really didn't know that this still happened. I know, yes, many years ago, it's like that. But this time, this era, if you are going into team building, this kind of basic question you also don't wish to share, then I mean, sorry lah, please don't spoil the reputation of team leaders like that. Yeah, that's my thing.
Latest one that I heard of is about training. So they do charge them. Okay, you come for my training today, you have to pay a certain amount.
Wow. Okay.
So, but for us, it's like, I mean, it's not that our time is not valuable, right? But it's really our time that is meant for you to grow, right? So we are not trying to earn that kind of training fee from you.
Correct.
You see, we are really hoping that you are able to be the next top producer in the company, and I think we will be super proud of it. Right?
And when that happened, right? I mean, I also want to say one thing. When that happened, please say thank you to your upline because we really spend time to train, to share with you. And honestly, I always say, right, today, I feel that as a team leader, right, a lot of it is because we really have the passion to build a team. It's not because we can earn a lot. Yes, I mean, down the road, we definitely can also earn a lot. But I always say with this kind of hours that I spend, right, or if I go and do my own sales, I think I can earn much more than that. So to me, to be grateful is a very important factor, a very important value in anybody, whether you are a real estate agent or not.
Correct. Yeah. So actually, I was like quite proud about it lah. It's like sometimes we always receive like top producer award and stuff like that, but the team leader award is even I think I feel even more achieved.
Yes. I know what you mean.
The kind of feeling that oh wow, my team is able to bring me up to this level that I take this award. So I think it's a different level of achievement that I felt. It's really much better than
I remember my first team award in Navis. That was in 2021, I think. It's amazing.
Correct.
Okay, so my last question for you. So 16 years in the industry. This is also a question I've been thinking. Do you ever feel stagnant?
To be honest, stagnant, not really. Because I think I have been like progressing and then we face different challenges. One cooling measures comes out is something new. Then when there's a cooling measures comes out, then we have new innovative way to handle it. But of course, every day you close one deal, right? It's like, you're happy. You don't really feel like the stagnant part. It's only when you don't earn money, right?
Yes.
But of course, you keep doing the same thing. It's like going to the job every 8 to 5, 9 to 6 and stuff like that. But for me, real estate is really your own business. It's like your baby to begin with, right? So every year we will set target. We set target in terms of how much you want to achieve, and then you do a cross check. Every quarter and say that, have I achieved this amount? Well, how far am I? Like now is already half the year. Have I at least achieved half? If not, then what should I do? Right? So it's like if I have not achieved the amount that I want, then what should I do more? So it's like it's constantly reflecting like, what should I do more to become better and etc. To me is if I manage to hit my target, I think I can celebrate, right? So every year is really a blank piece of paper, and then eventually you state your awards. You state what are the achievements that you have made. I think it's worth celebrating at the end of the year. So Stagnant, not so much because I
Okay.
think over the years I already put in new challenge, especially team building.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
So this is really something that I think is quite fun.
Okay. Yeah, to me, I also love real estate. I think that's the reason why we are in this industry for so
Correct.
long. Real estate is like my base. From this base, I can do a lot of other things that might not be real estate related, but it is always the base that I start the other things that I am going to do. So
Correct.
in a way, I like it, and I'm always also asking myself this word that I always use, evolved. How should I evolve from here? How do I make sure that 3 years down the road I'm not bored? Constantly looking for new things to do, whether it is within real estate or out of real estate. To me, I think that's important. And especially now at this stage I am in, right? I always say age is only a number. Because I've seen people who are younger than me but who do not have a lot of drive and energy. And I've also seen people who are in their 60s who are so driven, so many things that they want to do. So one thing I also want to stress is, no matter which stage of your life you are in, try to have something that you look forward to. And I never say that, because I'm already this age, that's why I cannot. No, please don't say that.
I agree.
Okay, so we have come to the end of our podcast. Thank you, Maine, for joining us in this episode.
Thank you.
I am very, very, very sure Maine will be a very, very good team leader.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so I will see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yes.